Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're diving into the world of exponential organizations.
ExOs.
Yeah,
Yep.
ExOs and the future of business.
Okay.
You sent over Exponential Organizations 2.0
Okay.
by Salim Ismail, Peter Diamandis, and Michael Malone.
Yeah.
Um, are you feeling overwhelmed by all the changes happening in your industry?
Yeah, I think that's something that everyone is feeling right now
Yeah.
with the rate of change going on.
Yeah, it seems like it's just accelerating.
Absolutely.
And we're going to unpack how EXO principles can help you not just survive,
Right.
but actually thrive.
Thrive in this environment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
From what I can see, you're really interested in
Mm.
that 10 times growth and impact
Yeah.
that we keep hearing about.
That everyone wants.
Yeah. How do those companies do it?
Here, are they just lucky? Or
Right.
is there something more to
Is
it?
there a secret sauce?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And how are these companies rewriting all the rules?
totally. Like, remember those disposable cameras we all used to take on vacation?
Oh,
It seems like ancient history now.
right. Like, who uses those anymore?
But Kodak, the company that made them,
Right.
didn't really adapt to the whole digital camera thing,
Yeah.
and they paid the price.
Big time.
The book calls this the deceptive phase of exponential change.
Mm-hmm.
Like, things seem slow at first,
Yeah.
then suddenly, bam, disruption.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah. It's crazy how this pattern just keeps happening in different industries.
It really does. It's like clockwork almost.
Yeah, like Nokia,
Yeah.
spending billions on physical traffic sensors,
Right.
while Waze was just using data from our phones.
Wow.
That's dematerialized.
Yeah.
Like inaction,
Mm-hmm.
physical stuff just becoming digital.
Yeah.
And often way cheaper, too.
Oh, yeah. Way cheaper.
So what's the takeaway here?
Right.
Is it just about, embracing the latest tech?
It's more than just using the latest technology.
Okay.
I think it's really about being adaptable.
Okay.
Like these ExOs. They use tech to constantly evolve,
Mm-hmm.
while those traditional companies get stuck
Yeah.
holding on to those outdated models.
Yeah, like Kodak and Nokia.
Exactly like Kodak and Nokia.
Okay, so how does the book actually define an EXO?
Well, an ExO is,
What is it?
it's a purpose-driven organization
Okay.
that's agile and scalable.
Okay.
They use these accelerating technologies
Yeah.
to totally transform their products and services.
Mm-hmm.
The digitization, dematerialization.
Like all those 60s.
Yeah, all those 60s.
That we were talking about.
Exactly. And this leads to a performance increase.
Okay.
That's 10 times.
10 times.
10 times greater than their non-ExO competitors.
Okay. Color me intrigued.
Yeah.
But how did they get there? So it was
Yeah.
just, adopting a bunch of fancy new technology.
I mean, technology is definitely a big part of it.
Yeah.
But it's not the whole picture.
Okay.
ExOs have a different mindset.
Okay.
They're built on something called
Okay.
a Massive Transformative Purpose.
Okay.
Or MTP.
An MTP.
Got it. And that's way more ambitious
Okay.
than your typical mission statement.
So it's not just about making money.
It goes way beyond just making money.
Okay.
Think about Google's MTP.
Okay.
Organize the world's information.
Okay.
Or SpaceX.
Yeah.
Making humanity multiplanetary.
Wow.
These are huge goals that inspire employees,
Yeah.
attract investors,
Mhm.
and even create passionate communities.
Yeah, I can see how that would
Right.
really help to drive a company forward.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm starting to see how a powerful MTP
Mm.
could drive that 10 times growth.
Yeah.
But can you give me a real-world example of how this actually plays out?
Yeah. Well, look at Elon Musk and SpaceX.
Okay.
He basically burned the ships
Oh, wow.
to focus solely on reaching Mars.
Yeah.
He even gave up potential revenue
Really?
from selling smaller rockets.
So go all in on Mars.
Yeah, to go all in on this huge goal.
Wow.
Talk about commitment.
Yeah, that's a pretty extreme example.
Yeah.
I mean, it's inspiring.
Uh-huh.
But are MTPs just fancy marketing slogans?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one thing to have a grand vision,
Yeah.
but how do you actually execute on it?
Right.
We'll dive into that a little bit later
Okay.
when we talk about the steps to actually building an ExO.
Yeah.
But for now,
Okay.
let's unpack what really makes these organizations tick.
Okay.
Those 11 key attributes.
Okay, so the book breaks these attributes into two groups,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Scale and ideas,
Mm-hmm.
like
Yeah.
the two hemispheres of the brain.
Yeah, exactly. Each with its own focus.
Yeah.
So scale is outward focus.
Okay, so scale is all about growth
Mm.
and
Yeah, reaching more people.
reaching more people.
Ideas is more inward focused,
Yeah.
more about that framework for control and structure.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So let's start with scale.
Okay.
The first attribute is staff on demand.
Okay.
And it sounds like this is all about leveraging the gig economy,
That's
like what we see with Uber and Airbnb and TaskRabbit, right?
exactly. You got it.
So ExOs are tapping into this global talent pool
Yeah.
through platforms like these and scaling their workforce up or down as needed.
Exactly as needed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's incredibly efficient.
Very efficient.
Allows them to stay really lean and agile.
Yeah.
Staff on demand sounds great in theory,
Yeah.
but are there any downsides to it?
That's a good question.
How do ExOs ensure quality control
Right.
and build a cohesive team with a workforce that's constantly changing?
Well, it's not just about,
Yeah.
throwing bodies at a problem.
Yeah.
Exos that are really successful with staff on demand,
Okay.
they focus on those clearly defined roles,
Okay.
project-based engagements,
Uh-huh.
and really robust rating systems to ensure quality.
That makes sense.
They also create a really strong culture
Okay.
that unites their diverse workforce, often leveraging their MTP as a rallying point.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense. What's the next scale attribute?
So the next one is community and crowd.
Community and crowd.
Yeah.
Okay.
So these exos build these really passionate communities around their MTP, and they use platforms like XPRZ and GoFundMe to not just get feedback, but to actually source ideas and funding directly from this engaged crowd.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
Tell me more about how Waze use the power of the crowd.
Okay, so Waze is a perfect example of that democratized D in action.
Okay.
They turned their users into data contributors,
Oh, wow.
using that crowdsourced traffic information to create this real-time navigation system that was way more accurate and up-to-date than those traditional GPS devices.
So they basically turned their users into this massive sensor network.
That's brilliant.
That's really smart.
Yeah.
It gets even more futuristic with the next attribute, algorithms and AI.
All right.
We're not just talking about basic automation here.
No.
The book highlights AlphaFold,
Yeah.
this AI that's predicting protein structures,
It's amazing.
like with mind-blowing accuracy.
Right. It's incredible.
Okay, but how does that actually impact businesses?
Well,
It sounds pretty technical.
it is technical, but what it means is faster drug development,
Oh, wow.
personalized medicine.
So this could actually
So
impact my
easy.
own health.
Absolutely, potentially impact your own health.
Okay.
It's a game changer for fields like biotech and material science.
Yeah.
They can design new drugs and materials like super fast.
So AI isn't just about
No,
automating tasks.
it's about solving problems we couldn't even dream of before.
That is incredible.
Yeah.
And this brings us to leveraged and shared assets,
Yes.
which is all about accessing resources without owning them.
Yeah. You got it.
Think BlaBlaCar's carpooling platform
Right.
or Shopify's e-commerce platform. It's a shift from ownership to access,
Absolutely.
allowing ExOs to stay agile and scale really quickly
Yeah.
without being weighed down by all these physical assets.
Without all that baggage.
That's such a key difference between ExOs
Yeah.
and traditional companies. It's like the difference between owning a car
Right.
and using a ride-sharing service.
Exactly.
One is a liability, and the other one is a flexible tool.
You nailed it.
And finally, we have engagement,
Engagement. Yeah.
which is all about keeping your community hooked.
Hooked and invested?
Think gamification, incentive prizes, and even the rise of Web3
Okay.
and what's called crypto economics.
Crypt up economics. That sounds a little complicated.
It does.
Yeah.
Can you break that down a little bit for me?
Sure.
Yeah.
It basically means using blockchain technology
Okay.
and these tokenized incentives to
Right.
build a more engaged and invested community
Okay.
around your product or service. So users can actually earn rewards
Okay.
for contributing data, participating in governance, or promoting the platform.
So it's like turning your users
Yeah.
into stakeholders.
That's a great way to put it.
That's a powerful way to build loyalty
Yeah.
and create a sense of ownership.
Absolutely. And exos are masters
Yeah.
at tapping into these psychological drives
Yeah.
to foster a sense of belonging, accomplishment, and ownership
Yeah.
within their communities.
It's clear that the scale attributes
Okay.
are all about leveraging those external resources and networks for exponential growth.
Yeah.
But what about the ideas attributes?
Right. So ideas.
How do they provide that internal control and structure?
They're really the backbone of an ExO. Yeah. They make sure everything runs smoothly and efficiently. So let's start with interfaces.
Interfaces, okay.
Think of these as the nervous system of an organization.
Oh, okay.
A great example is Shopify.
Yeah.
With its platform that handles everything from payments to marketing. Ensures that seamless connection between different parts of the business.
So interfaces are all about automating processes.
Yeah.
Making things run smoothly.
Making sure things are running without a hitch.
What's next?
Next up are dashboards.
Dashboards.
Think of it as having real-time data right at your fingertips. Like, think about eBay's turnaround story.
Okay.
They used a simple dashboard tracking user behavior on their homepage.
Yeah.
And it led to a massive increase in their market cap.
Wow.
The power of data.
Yeah.
And they also talk about using OKRs.
Yeah.
Objectives and key results to make sure everyone's on the same page.
Yeah.
And track their progress.
So dashboards provide like a visual representation of those key metrics, allowing for quick decision-making and course correction.
Exactly.
About being data-driven and proactive.
Not reactive.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
What about experimentation? Is this where that Get Weirder award comes in?
You got it.
Okay.
Yeah. It's all about embracing that culture of trial and error.
Okay.
Constantly testing new ideas.
Yeah.
Even if they seem a little unconventional.
Okay.
Like Amazon's Get Weirder award.
Yeah.
It encourages teams to really think outside the box and test those wild ideas, regardless of the outcome.
So failure's not just accepted?
No.
It's encouraged.
It's encouraged.
Wow.
Yeah, it's about fostering that mindset of continuous learning and improvement, recognizing that in this rapidly changing world, the only way to stay ahead is to constantly experiment and iterate.
That's a powerful concept. And I'm guessing the next attribute, autonomy.
Okay, autonomy.
Is all about empowering teams to make those decisions and take ownership of their work.
You nailed it.
Okay.
So the book highlights companies like Valve Software. No traditional management structure. And the rise of decentralized autonomous organizations.
DAOs.
Yeah, DAOs.
Got it.
Where decisions are made collectively by the community.
So it's about moving away from those rigid hierarchies and empowering people to be more self-directed and accountable?
Exactly.
Okay.
And finally, we have social technologies.
Social technologies.
Yeah.
This is about using tools like Zoom, Slack, and even the metaverse.
Yeah, to really enhance communication and collaboration within the ExO.
So even though ExOs often rely on remote work and a distributed workforce, they still prioritize building those strong connections.
Absolutely.
And fostering a sense of community.
Social technologies enable that seamless flow of information.
Yeah.
Foster that sense of community and facilitate collaboration.
Okay.
Even when teams are, you know, all over the place.
We've covered a lot of ground here.
We have.
These 11 attributes really paint a picture of how ExOs operate and what makes them so different than those traditional companies. But how do you actually go about building one?
That's a great question.
Yeah, where do you even begin?
Well, the book outlines this 12-step process.
Okay.
But remember, it all starts with that powerful MTP.
I'm ready to dive into that.
Okay.
But first, let's take a moment to let all that information sink in.
Sounds good. Welcome back. It seems like you are ready to roll up your sleeves and start building your own ExO.
I am. Those 11 attributes were mind-blowing. But where do you even begin with building one of these things?
Well, the book lays out this 12-step process, but it all starts with that foundation we talked about, the Massive Transformative Purpose.
The MTP.
Yeah, the MTP. It's like the guiding star for everything you do.
So how do you actually come up with a powerful MTP? Is it just about brainstorming big ideas?
It's a little deeper than that. The book suggests thinking about your aspirations.
Okay.
You know, those problems you're passionate about solving? Maybe even reflect on some of your childhood dreams. What did you want to change about the world back then?
So it's about tapping into that desire to make a real difference.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to think big.
Okay.
Moonshot thinking is key here.
Moonshot thinking.
Yeah. Imagine the world you want to create no matter how audacious it might seem.
Okay, got it. Moonshot thinking, check. What's next?
Step 2 is assembling your dream team.
Okay.
You need to find individuals who are just as passionate about the MTP as you are.
Yeah.
People with complementary skills.
Okay.
Who can really help you bring this vision to life.
It's not just about individual brilliance, but about how well you work together towards a shared goal.
Yeah, the book even talks about the PayPal Mafia, that group of early PayPal employees who went on to found companies like Tesla, SpaceX, and LinkedIn.
Wow.
Talk about a dream team.
They certainly achieved some incredible things.
They did.
Their success really highlights the importance of a shared purpose and a strong support network.
Absolutely. Now, once you have your dream team assembled, it's time to move on to step 3, finding your breakthrough idea.
So this is where we start brainstorming specific solutions.
Yep, exactly.
Products.
Yeah. And the book really stresses the importance of leveraging technology and information to create something truly disruptive. Think about those pain points that existing solutions are failing to address. How can you create a product or service that's 10 times better?
10 times better. That's a high bar.
It is, but that's the kind of thinking that leads to breakthrough innovation. And they provide a ton of examples of areas ripe for disruption.
Like what?
From artificial intelligence and renewable energy to personalized medicine and the future of work.
So the possibilities are pretty much endless.
Essentially, yes. The key is to be bold, innovative, and relentless in your pursuit of a solution that genuinely solves a problem and creates real value for people.
I love that.
Yeah.
Solving problems and creating value.
That's what it's all about.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
But how do you know if your idea is actually any good?
That's where step 4 comes in. Validating your idea. It's time to get out of the building and talk to potential customers, gather feedback, test your assumptions, and see if there's real demand for what you're offering.
So it's all about getting real-world feedback before you invest too much time and money into building something nobody wants.
Exactly. And the book talks about the importance of the minimum viable product.
That MVP.
Yeah, the MVP. It's about launching a stripped-down version of your product as quickly as possible to get real-world data and iterate based on user feedback.
It's like testing the waters before diving in head first.
Precisely. And they even mention crowdfunding platforms like Kickstarter and Indiegogo as a way to validate market demand and secure early funding.
That's a great way to test your idea and build a community around your product before seeking larger investments.
Exactly. Now, assuming you've validated your idea and you're ready to take the plunge, step 5 is all about building your ExO.
So this is where we start putting all the pieces together.
Exactly. It's about creating a structure that enables rapid growth and scalability. Leveraging those scale and ideas attributes. We talked about earlier.
Staff on demand, community and crowd.
Algorithms, dashboards, it's all starting to come together.
And remember, it's often best to start small and focus on building a strong foundation before scaling rapidly.
Exactly. Get the fundamentals right first.
So you've built your ExO, you've got your team, and you're ready to scale. But what about funding?
Good question.
Is it all about traditional venture capital?
Not necessarily. Step 6 is all about finding the right funding model for your specific ExO. It could involve traditional venture capital, crowdfunding, or even bootstrapping.
So there are different options. Depending on your needs and goals.
Exactly. The book emphasizes the importance of aligning your funding strategy with your growth plans.
Makes sense.
Make sure you have the resources you need to scale effectively.
So what's next on the ExO building journey?
Step 7 is about establishing your key performance indicators.
Those KPIs.
Yeah, your KPIs. These are the metrics that will help you track your progress, measure success, and make those data-driven decisions.
So it's about choosing the right metrics to focus on.
Exactly. The book emphasizes focusing on leading indicators that predict future performance rather than lagging indicators that just reflect what's already happened.
So it's about being proactive and anticipating future trends.
Exactly. Now, step 8 is where things start to get really exciting.
It's time to launch your product and start acquiring customers.
This is what it's all been leading up to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the book emphasizes the importance of a strong go-to-market strategy. This could involve online advertising, public relations, content marketing. Or even partnering with other businesses.
So it's about getting your product in front of the right people.
And they talk about the AARR model.
The AARR model.
Acquisition, activation, retention, revenue, and referral.
Okay.
A framework for achieving that product market fit we talked about earlier.
It's a comprehensive approach to customer acquisition and growth.
Absolutely. Now, step 9 is all about building a vibrant community around your ExO.
Yeah.
This is about creating a space where your customers, partners, and even employees can connect, share ideas, and support each other.
So it's about fostering that sense of belonging and shared purpose.
And the book highlights the importance of using those social technologies we talked about.
Things like online forums, social media groups, and virtual events. To facilitate communication and collaboration.
So even though ExOs are often decentralized and geographically dispersed, they still prioritize building those strong connections.
Absolutely. That sense of community is crucial for engagement and loyalty.
Okay, so we've launched our product, we're acquiring customers, and we're building a strong community. What's next?
Step 10 is where things get even more interesting.
Okay.
It's about establishing your platform.
Platform. What do you mean by that?
So the book emphasizes identifying a core value unit or a social object that connects producers and consumers within your ecosystem.
Okay.
Think about Airbnb connecting travelers with hosts.
Yeah.
Uber connecting riders with drivers.
Okay.
Or Facebook connecting individuals with friends and family.
So it's about creating a win-win situation where both producers and consumers benefit from participating in your platform.
Exactly. And the platform becomes the central hub for all the activity and interactions within your ExO.
That makes sense. It's about creating a self-sustaining ecosystem.
Now, step 11 is all about building your X for a culture.
Okay.
This is about defining the values, beliefs, and behaviors that will shape your organization and attract the right talent.
So it's not just about having a great product and a solid business model.
Right.
It's also about creating the right environment for people to thrive.
Exactly. The book emphasizes the importance of transparency, accountability, and a shared commitment to excellence.
Okay.
It's about creating an environment where everyone feels empowered to contribute their best work and feels a sense of ownership in the company's success.
That's so important.
It is.
Especially in a fast-paced, ever-changing environment like an ExO.
And finally, we arrive at step 12.
Okay.
Become an exponential leader.
Exponential leader.
This is about embracing the mindset and skills necessary to guide your ExO toward its massive transformative purpose.
So it's not just about being a manager.
No.
It's about being a visionary leader.
Exactly. The book highlights the importance of being adaptable, data-driven, and people-centric.
Okay.
It's about inspiring your team, embracing change, and fostering a culture of continuous learning and innovation.
That sounds like a tall order.
It is, but building and leading an ExO is not for the faint of heart.
Yeah.
It requires courage, commitment, and a willingness to challenge conventional wisdom.
But the rewards can be truly transformative. Right?
Absolutely. ExOs are changing the world as we know it.
Yeah.
Disrupting industries, creating new markets, and solving some of humanity's most pressing challenges.
It's inspiring to see how these organizations are using technology and innovation to make a positive impact.
And the future belongs to those who embrace the exponential and dare to build the world they envision.
So what's one key takeaway from all of this that you think is most crucial for someone looking to build their own ExO?
I think it's about cultivating those exponential mindsets we talked about earlier.
Okay.
Abundance, curiosity, growth-giving, and moonshot thinking are all essential for thriving in this new world.
It's about embracing change, challenging assumptions, and constantly pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
And don't forget the power of data-driven leadership.
Data-driven leadership.
Use data to make informed decisions.
Okay.
Track your progress and optimize your performance.
But it's not just about technology and data, right?
Absolutely not. It's also about understanding the human element.
Okay.
Building strong relationships, creating a culture of trust and collaboration, and empowering individuals to do their best work.
It's about finding that balance between technology and humanity.
This deep dive has been incredibly insightful.
It has.
It's clear that ExOs are not just a trend. They represent a fundamental shift in how we think about organizations and their role in society.
They're not just about efficiency and scalability.
Right.
They're about purpose, passion, and making a positive impact on the world.
The book has given us a glimpse into the future. A future where technology empowers individuals and communities to achieve extraordinary things.
It's a future filled with both challenges and opportunities.
And it's a future that we can all help shape.
So as we move forward, it's important to remember that ExOs are not a one-size-fits-all solution.
Right.
They're a set of principles and practices that can be adapted and applied to any organization, regardless of its size or industry.
The key is to be open to new ideas.
Okay.
Embrace experimentation and never stop learning and growing.
The exponential journey is just beginning.
It is.
And the possibilities are truly limitless.
We are at the cusp of a new era.
Yeah.
An era where the boundaries of what's possible are constantly being redefined.
It's an exciting time to be alive.
It is.
And ExOs are leading the charge.
What are you waiting for?
Go forth. Embrace the exponential.
Yeah.
And build the future you envision.
The world is waiting.
Wow. Building an ExO is quite a journey.
It is.
It's like a step-by-step guide to turning a moonshot idea into a world-changing organization.
It takes a lot of dedication, vision, and the right kind of leadership.
Speaking of leadership, you mentioned exponential leadership earlier.
Yeah.
What exactly does that entail?
It's about embracing the mindset and skills.
Okay.
You need to guide your ExO towards that MTP, that grand vision.
That big vision.
Yeah, that drives everything.
So it's not just about managing those day-to-day operations.
Right, it's bigger than that.
It's about inspiring your team.
Yeah.
Navigating constant change. And fostering a culture of continuous learning and innovation.
Exactly. Exponential leaders are comfortable with ambiguity.
Okay.
They embrace experimentation, and they're always looking for ways to push the boundaries of what's possible.
They're like explorers charting a course through uncharted territory.
That's a great analogy.
And they need to be able to rally their team around a shared purpose, empower individuals to take ownership, and make decisions based on data.
Data, not intuition.
Not just intuition.
Yeah.
And it sounds like a challenging,
it is,
but incredibly rewarding role.
It is. But as we've seen throughout this deep dive, ExOs are all about embracing challenges and pushing beyond conventional limits.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into the world of ExOs, what are some of the key takeaways
all right, well,
you think are most crucial for the listener to remember?
First and foremost, ExOs are not just a passing fad or a trend.
Okay.
They represent a fundamental shift in how businesses operate and interact with the world.
Okay.
The old rules simply don't apply anymore.
It's like we're entering a new era of business.
Exactly. And secondly, technology is advancing at an unprecedented rate.
Yeah, it seems like every day there's something new.
Right. It's crazy.
Companies need to adapt or risk being left behind.
Absolutely.
Those that embrace those emerging technologies and use them to create value for their customers will be the ones that thrive.
It's adapt or die in this new landscape.
And finally, purpose-driven organizations with strong MTPs are best positioned for success.
They are. Customers, investors, and top talent are all gravitating toward those companies that have a clear mission beyond just making a profit. They want to be part of something bigger than themselves, something that makes a positive impact.
It's amazing to see how purpose is becoming a core driver of business success.
We've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive, from the 6 Ds of exponential change to the 11 attributes of ExOs, from the importance of a strong MTP to the steps involved in building an ExO from the ground up. But it's important to remember that this is just the beginning.
Okay.
The world of ExOs is constantly evolving. New innovations and applications are emerging all the time.
So it's crucial to stay curious.
Yes.
Keep learning and never stop experimenting.
Absolutely. The future belongs to those who embrace the exponential and dare to build the world they envision.
It's been an incredible journey.
It has.
Exploring this topic with you.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing your insights and expertise.
It's been my pleasure. Remember, the world is waiting for your moonshot idea.
Go forth, embrace the exponential, and build the future you want to see.
That's a wrap on our deep dive into exponential organizations.
We hope this has been insightful and inspiring for you.
We'll see you next time.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning.
Keep pushing the boundaries.
And keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible.